Greeting. Okay. Greeting. I am Bol Gai Deng. I was born in Sudan about 1980.
In 2011, the nation of South Sudan was born. Since that time, the country
Okay. I am Bol Gai Deng. I was born in Sudan about 1980. Enslaved at age 7. Escaped at age 10 by the UN and Virginia Council of Churches. I was brought to the United States to study international relations and the Homeland Security at Virginia Commonwealth University from 2000 to 2008. I have been a candidate for President of South Sudan since 2018 for the world's newest nations. Much has happened in the past years since we were here. We were gathered together here in Dixon Senate Building in Washington, D.C. A week later, on 4th January this year, I saw a photograph of the Kenya President, William Ruto, a pastor, with two generals from South Sudan who were trying to assassinate me in 2018. I sent a letter to President Ruto, hand delivered by an elected servant I met here in this conference. Soon, the two generals or assassins had various diplomatic action against them. Last month, one general was arrested by Kir because he now is considered as a threat to the Kir dictatorship. The connections were made in this room, sharing the world in the East Africa for the better, for security, for life, and for liberty and freedom. Kir has been shined by the liberty-loving world. So he has made a trip to Russia, Saudi Arabia, South Africa, China, to pop up Kir. Yet China, it does economic imperialism in South Sudan, other African countries, in the world, and promote the org slavery or body parts harvesting. While much has happened in the past years since we were here, this part of the worldwide positive change in the past 5 years. Consider Naba Bokele, president of Salvador in 2019, who in his 2024 UN speech said, "We were in shame due to input civil war, and then a post-peace that left behind more death than war itself." So much like South Sudan under Kir. Elsewhere, Giorgia Meloni, a prime minister of Italy in 2022, Giorgia Melli of Argentina in 2023, and most talk about is the election of Donald J. Trump here in the USA a month ago. These examples show that an inspired leader can create a positive change in even a short time frame after a free and fair election. Our nation, the youngest in the world, South Sudan, was scheduled for an election on December 22 this month. But the tyrant in office, Salva Kiir, had the cabinet declare our nation was not ready for an election. This after High Court Justice bravely said that the primitive candidate filing fees was not constitutional. So Kiir was facing too many quality candidates, of whom I was a leading one. Because it was. Might the Kiir candidate cabinet conscious decision based on if we allowed an election, we may lose our high pay government appointment. Kiir was appointed president in 2005. In 2010, I was the first leader to openly oppose Kiir because I saw his tendency toward dictatorship. Kiir continued as an elected president in 2011, when our people voted 98% for independence from the Sudan. But then Kiir postponed the election scheduled in 2013, and then again in 2015, again in 2018, yet again in 2022, and now this year in 2024 for 2 years to 2026. No, no, and no. We the people had enough. Too much of this never elects tyranny, dictatorship, Salva Kiir. In 2007, a neighbor country, Kenya, had a trouble election, but rescheduled another 3 months later. In 2003, President George Walker W. Bush sent Marines to Liberia, and World Bank employees Alan Johnson was elected president. In 2019, Donald J. Trump sent U.S. military into a neighbor country, Democratic Republic of Congo, a long-time dictatorship. Charles Joseph Kabila, it was stepped down, so free and fair election it was conducted. I'm here to ask the international community must demand an election in South Sudan in 2025 with boot in the ground, a pro-liberty forces, election observers, assure the people of South Sudan that the borders are safe and free and fair against the Kiir tyrant regime. Not UN China forces, we are asking, who defend Chinese imperialism in South Sudan, rape our women. Let us pray that President Trump will do in South Sudan in 2025, as was done in DRC, Democratic Republic of Congo, in 2019. Let us pray that Kiir will do as Joseph Kabila did, stepping down to allow free and fair election for the first time in our infinite nation, South Sudan, yet a torture history. Long ago, as an slave, I was shamed, yet our people must shade the shame of the protocol slavery of dictatorship of Kiir as the country of Salvador. A great future waits for the South Sudan and East Africa by our region, a trade with the world if people can change their leaders by a safe and free and fair election. Thank you. May God bless you.
Thank you.